This podcast is a production of Unfiltered Studios. If you would like to know more about joining Unfiltered Studios, please visit our website at unfpod.com for more information.
I wasn't quite clear on what you wanted to do today.
Okay, so it was just rude cartoons in general, just like which would be your favorites, and obviously there's plenty more we would throw in, you know.
I got to hit okay. There, I'm getting better at the King of the Hill thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
That boy ain't right. I tell you what.
You just don't listen.
I never really watched that show, but I watched enough to pick up some of the voices. So
yeah,
well, they used it. There was a reuse of one from Beavis and Butthead.
there was that. It was a Mike Judge production.
Right.
It was on a lot of Fox affiliates for me growing up. It's one of those, I respect it, but since I know a lot of dimwits like that who just, you know, get their pickup truck and, you know, talk smack all day and I'm in love with the girl, but I don't know how to express myself, you know, so I just, it was a little too cringe for me just because it did it too convincingly, if you will.
It's set in your home state, isn't it? Yeah.
Those boys are just whacking off into my camper.
There, I tried. You happy?
That was pretty good. So, Oreo, how would you rank your personal, like, rude cartoons? Just because it just seems like it doesn't have to be the rudest necessarily to be the best, but, like, which do you think does the snarkiness and snobbiness and sometimes rude humor mixture the best, do you think? You know, because I
mean, Simpsons started it, then Family Guy.
They weren't really rude, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they resolved. So that's why I'm
but
rewording
snarky
this.
too.
That's what I'm kind of rewording this, is just because it may not be rude. There's not restroom humor, but there is some stuff like for adults that kids aren't going to pick up on right away until they rewatch it.
Simpsons is definitely the longest running, even longer than the Flintstones,
and it's definitely the most family friendly. That's the other irony. I would see. I don't know about you guys, but almost everybody I know has known someone or they've been in the occupation where the parents didn't want someone watching it just because of how they were drawn, even though what came out of their mouths was hardly harmless. You know, like.
It started out as something on the Tracy Ullman show.
Yeah,
like little segments.
Right.
There's even that one montage of them on Sesame Street, for goodness sakes. You know, so it's just. Talk about an unusual birth.
But to this day, I know people that are proud to. They brag about never watched a single Simpsons episode, and I think
why would you?
That's a little snobby.
I've watched the first 10 years of it,
but
I've watched every one of them.
But that is wild, Mike. That would be like, I never cared. I've been asleep at the wheel, and it's like, what?
I never watched anything of Showtime or HBO. I'm proud of that bullshit.
Yeah. The issue I've seen a couple times is they make the dad look like an idiot, but I think that's more honest and real than putting your dad as the father figure in like with Pacino in Godfather 3, my way, right or wrong, you know. The dad calls all the shots. That's not healthy. It's much healthier to show the human side, and Homer does show the good and the bad of himself, you know.
Well,
and strangling Bart's a highlight all the time.
He's a lovable dad who, again, like, he is so blinded by his wants and needs. He's definitely a blue collar worker, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
And as far as the more
factory.
Yeah.
There's a lot of realism in Homer, though. As absurd as he gets, and a cartoonist as he gets, there's a human element that
you want to talk about a more humanized side to it. The Bob's Burgers, I think, kind of follows that. They're like the Simpsons with a more humanistic side to it.
I never watched that.
I think you would like it actually, but it is wild.
They have goofy music in every episode.
Goofy music, but it was one of those, like, I would see parts of it re-airing on TBS, and I would always get it mixed with some other stuff, and I was always like, oh, it's not that cartoon. This is the other cartoon. Okay, and the voices are very hip, so it's definitely a few things for a few different people. So I think that's why it's slowly grown over the years. It just kind of validates them, but.
Well, I know parents that didn't like Bart underachiever and proud of it, but they forget that Lisa is the smart little girl. They showed both sides, and Bart can be Bart definitely does some nice things too.
Yeah,
he's not all bad.
Without fail, I would be going to some friend's house, and they would always have Fox or the WB on showing reruns of it during the day, and I pretty much just got my mixture of just random stuff involving the dogs, or I lost track of how many people, especially Lisa, win a music contest, and so it's like, man, okay, they got their talent, they got their charm, they got their shtick.
That's impossible.
And I've also heard that Maggie's the smartest one of the bunch. I
remember that future episode.
It's very clever. She's a clever little baby. Yeah, fun. It's a fun show. I haven't missed an episode, so.
Oh, I'm gonna have to catch up because I've been thinking about it since I got Disney Plus.
You just need Disney Plus, and you got you can stream them.
And people, I love how people are complaining about how they frame. It's like, guys, a compromise has to be made when you're doing HD captures. You're gonna have to crop something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, why not just be glad it's on there? Unless it's just like unwatchable, but it's not. It's just
no.
I would cut out the 4x3, full screen frame too. I don't. But
and again, to that point, there's tons of blink and you miss it stuff in The Simpsons in every episode.
Yeah,
a little a sign here or that. You really pay attention.
Maggie getting checked out all the time.
Yeah, it's always a different thing on the cash register.
As over the top as I ever saw him was probably in more recent years. Somewhere in one of the last decades, there was like I just caught part of one, and it was like a very bleak opening of like animals in a factory.
Stephen King and shit. I remember that. That was cool. I like that.
I don't know if
Del Toro directed the one.
Was it the Halloween episode?
Was it? Good.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a regular episode, like they're just showing just.
Yeah.
No.
All right. My memory's failing me, but
I feel that.
The Halloween episodes are my least favorite because I like the characters so much. I don't like them seeing in that much peril. Even though I know it's a cartoon.
Well, and
the first one.
I mean, they're clever and they're funny at times, but I think I know people love them.
I bought the first 5 seasons of The Simpsons on DVD way back when, and I didn't go beyond that. Recently, I bought like all of the Halloween specials, actually, that you were just talking about.
Oh yeah, that's right. You could buy those in separate sets. Yeah.
It is definitely a PG show. It's just one of those like you might want like a 10+ age because you don't want someone to start getting bad ideas that, hey, I need to choke out my brother and sister, like Homer chokes out Bart. It's like, yeah.
And they stopped doing that because it was too offensive.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck ever.
I didn't think it was offensive, but I did think it was a little over the top because your mind's not ready for that.
Was it the Simpsons movie where they were doing the gag with Bart on his skateboard,
yeah, that was
naked and everything kept getting blocked out?
Yeah.
Until they got one scene where you see his little pecker as he's
Yeah.
That was the movie, right? Or was
that was the movie.
Yeah.
It was like a second of screen time.
Yeah.
But it was, I'm sure it caused a furor. I almost said furor.
Furor.
Yeah.
Mein Kampf.
I don't think he's that old yet. Anyway.
And
they have lampooned Adolf Hitler, so
right.
Yeah. Oh, I love the one with FDR kicking Hitler in the ass. That's the Simpsons, yeah.
Right.
Doing his pipe out of his mouth, and he comes in and kicks Hitler's ass, and it's funny.
And then you got the other sister program to that, which is Futurama.
Yeah. It's funny. I was just thinking, I was going to say tonight that in a way, The Simpsons, is kind of like the Flintstones primetime TV show. And Futurama is like the Jetsons, the follow-up,
That makes sense. Yeah. My brother watched a bunch of it. I would always see parts of like the Star Wars parodies, and I understand it, but I don't like bellyache laugh like so many do. It just doesn't really tickle my funny bone. But I understand why, for many, that is their intro to a sci-fi comedy. It's either that or Red Dwarf or something,
Right. And the Flintstones, if you look at it, it's very much present day 60s more than caveman stuff.
Well, the Jetsons comparison definitely makes sense because it is definitely what, except it's more like misfits instead of a family in the future. But still, yeah, this is like, here we are in this weird dystopia, and you got a foul mouth robot.
I was just wondering. I mean, there's been a lot of animation these days that have had long runs. Simpsons used to be the winner until not Simpsons, but Family Guy or the Flintstones, used to be
number
the
one
leader until the Simpsons came along.
What was it, about 8-9 years?
Well, that makes sense because it was rerun so much.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is funny.
I'm curious. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry.
No, I'm just looking up Flintstones. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, now you've had like South Park's had like 20 some odd years now. Simpsons has had 30 some. Bob's Burgers has even had like 15.
Yeah.
Archer, I think it stopped at 11 or 12. I'm not sure, but talking about, I guess I should talk about shows that are still running. South Park is still going, like I said, 23 years.
And I'm okay if no one likes South Park. I get that. It is triggering, and it's so funny. The people who I think would have liked it didn't like it, and then there's other people who did find it funny. They just, couldn't keep up with it. But
I personally can't get past the voices. They irritate the hell out.
Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
And I will give you this, Mike.
Go ahead.
I can't do some of the first few seasons just because they are just so dated. Like the animation was just barely there.
Yeah.
And it just seemed like everyone was overreacting. Oh my god, I heard blue comedy. It's like, well, hold on a second. There's more to it than that. But I totally understand. Like, and it is so funny. I have people in my family who do not like it, and yet they'll quote it, and then they'll ask me, "What am I quoting?" I'm like, I'm the gag I used to quote from South Park that you don't want to watch. It's just so funny. It's like, what do you think, Mr. Hanky or the Christmas Pooh?
Yeah. Yeah, and I rarely, if ever, watched it, but it's in the pop culture mix. You know some of those references.
No,
I guess I just like it just because I like the writing so much by Bill Hader and company. Even
okay, I didn't realize
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
the one thing you can say about South Park over anything else is they're far more topical usually than the other cartoons because they have a 6-day turnaround on their cartoons. They can put things in there that are more recent.
Yeah.
Right. The Simpsons, I think, takes 6 months per episode or something. It's crazy.
That's just it. Well,
it's all different people working on it.
So for me, South Park was just kind of a more over the top daily show, but they just had to animate it just because they didn't want to act in all the skits and makeup and everything. They'd done that,
And they showed Trump running through the desert with his pecker out.
Yeah.
I'm seeing a trend here, and Family Guy was kind of the in between, where if you wanted something also edgy and after Simpsons on Fox, but
washing my hands of this,
but had bleeped language. Oh yeah, we're washing our hands of all the sins.
I'm washing my hands. It doesn't matter. I'm kidding.
I know. But, Family Guy is interesting, is because I did used to find it just so funny. The first one I ever saw was Superman's in hell with a bunch of other people because he was found with a hooker or something. But it was just like, I understood just the nuttiness and just how it would have those random sitcom music just to after everyone's awkward silence or just random just interjections. It's like that just made it even funnier. It's like, and then on to this and then on to that. But unfortunately I do feel like they kind of got a little too high on their own supply, but I I still respect and like Seth MacFarlane. It's just one of those like I could never get into American Dad, and I know some people would do the whole "oh, it's funnier." I'm like, I tried, and I'm a spy movie fan, and I can't do it.
I thought it had been canceled off. I mean, it was canceled off Fox. I didn't know it picked back up on WGN until recently.
I thought it was TBS, but what do I know?
Well, you might be right, TBS.
Yeah, but I'm sure they're now re-airing stuff on there. But yeah, it was just it was one of those. It was just re-airing so much, and then they're like, let's finally just bring it back. But yeah, despite Patrick Stewart as the spy, and I think I just dug Family Guy just more just because it would just always just have like the most bizarre stuff. Like someone would be stating something geeky, like, you ever notice how George Clooney's always looking glum? You ever notice how so and so isn't much of an actor? Or you know how Dane Cook's a hack comedian and he comes in and starts clapping at his own bad jokes? And it's like, yeah, just stuff like that. And Mayor West, played by yours truly, Adam West. I'm like, what is going on?
In a way, it kind of shares something with Robot Chicken.
Yes.
Like they're in and out jokes, like the quick ins and outs.
And trust me, I had plenty of my favorite characters. I can quote plenty of them verbatim. It's just I got ruined by it just because, again, I knew so many douchebags in high school and college who loved that show and were just as despicable as those characters. They were validated. You get my meaning?
But
Gil, you said you had the first 5 seasons on DVD of The Simpsons?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Did you not go? Did you stop at 6 because of the packaging?
No, I just it was costing me more money at the time than I had. So I just kind of stopped doing it for a while.
Because this is the one that's shaped like Homer's head. The rest are all
then,
heads.
Yeah, but then when I got to the 10th season, that was probably the last season I watched of The Simpsons.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that. I think the last couple seasons, the current ones, have been among the best. So, but I love the show. You know,
well, no, that's true.
I've never given up on it.
There are plenty of long running shows. Like I could tell you right now, one of my favorite and least favorite SVU seasons. But it is funny though how people will act like, oh, it's seen better days, and it's like, well, have you watched it recently? Let alone rewatch the episode. You know, some episodes do stand out if you're analyzing them, but if you're just watching them and not really paying attention, yeah, you're missing it. But have you guys ever encountered people who like some of these over the top or wacky shows and been like, man, you're even ruder than them? You're missing the point. Because I have unfortunately encountered so many of them, and it's like, dude, the whole joke about Family Guy is how people like to rip one without, making it and get away with it, and they're trying to actually legit do it. I'm like, no, the whole joke is don't get caught.
Well, you said rip one, and now I'm thinking about that scene with Martha Stewart in Family Guy where she rips one when nobody's in the room.
I haven't seen that one.
Except the camera crew and the sound crew, yeah.
Well, no, she's like alone in the room and everybody leaves and she lets it go and it goes on for quite a while.
And the animators were there too,
yeah. Wow. But yeah, Robot Chicken's a good one because that's another one. Like you look at it now, when it first started, wasn't quite there yet, but again, just very energetic voices and wacky just other stuff where you're like, wow.
it could have been like us when we played with our toys as a kid, except we stopped playing with them, but now as adults we can play with them again.
Yeah, and we can get away with more than just naughty language. Like imagine the Muppets doing a Agatha Christie murder mystery. Imagine if these guys there were other times though where they would bring something up as like, I've always wondered that, now I just saw it in animated form, validated. And so I just always just dug Seth Green and all the others and how they would do all the voices. But yeah, those first few seasons, not quite there. There are some amusing things, but they just kind of had to work on their timing. They kind of would get over way too soon.
Well, what I remember because Robot Chicken came out, I remember way before it came out, or maybe not way, maybe a few years before, there was Twisted Toy Fair Theater.
Toy Fair Theater,
which was a magazine they published once a year or something like that. I got like 5 or 6 issues, maybe more. I'd have to look it up, but they did little like cartoon sketches with characters
Oh, okay.
Except they use toys.
Right.
There was something like that on YouTube or Funny or Die, which was basically making fun of the Mac or PC ads, but doing with Marvel.
Oh,
Am I a Marvel or not, or something like that? But it would have the toys talking and the voices.
And I think Seinrich worked for Toy Fair or something like that, the magazine, and it was connected. So I wondered if he had something to do with those Twisted Toy Fair theater magazines that came out.
I mean, if anything, I'm sure one of the animators at least was familiar with that and had similar ideas.
But
just animating toys and
well, it's the toys they're using, plus they're using stop motion, which was a thing that was starting to die out.
Right. Yep. Well, and again, I mean, there was MTV Grudge Match, or not Grudge Match.
Celebrity Deathmatch.
That's what it was. Yeah. So I mean, that was even with claymation.
Yeah,
that was fun.
Always. And I must confess, though, I know James is a huge Beavis and Butthead fan. I kind of only cared for it when they were making fun of music videos.
Well, yes, and that made me think that they got their inspiration from Mystery Science Theater for that.
Yeah, they had to, but
Beavis and Butthead was inspired by MST3K, not
except they were more smack talking, but yeah.
I remember Rolling Stone knocking it for that reason. They said they were ripping them off, and
well, because Rolling Stone was reliant, and that was probably an attack piece by their corporate sponsors, but at the same time,
you go.
But still happening. But at the same time, I was just like, yeah, when you take that away due to music rights, I'm like, I kind of just found the rest of it just so random. I'm like, I just want to see them talking shit. I don't really want to.
Well, in the way Beavis and Butthead riffing on music videos a little more realistic. You could almost see you knew people that did that instead of clever writers.
Oh, absolutely.
The neighbor kid down the street, had that. I don't want to say mentality, but yeah, that mentality.
That just whole watch this. I don't know what it is, and it was the predecessor to just watching random junk on the internet. You're like, I don't know what I just watched, but I better get up at 6 a.m. more often,
and then they were characters that really didn't pay any attention to any of the damage that they did.
No.
Right.
There's like one episode where they're like trying to kill a fly and just causing more damage. And I think that's another one where, I would see Greg Proops on Whose Line do parodies of them. It's just like, you would see so many idiots trying to do that for real. And it's like, no, that's the whole thing. You don't want to be those idiots. There's a reason they're called Beavis and Butthead.
Did any of you guys see like Beavis and Butthead Do America in the theater?
I didn't. I've tried watching the movie a few times. Doesn't really register with me, but I understand.
I've got the CD soundtrack, but I never saw it.
I thought it was a pretty good movie.
I had a family
but it was kind of weird for me. I was in my mid 20s or something, maybe late 20s. I can't remember. Going into this theater, and it's a bunch of teenagers.
Yeah.
My wife and I were the only ones over 20 in there, I think.
I had a family friend who was like, that was the best movie ever made. Not joking. And isn't it wild how there's like a bunch of other weird storylines, and one of them is Bruce Willis is a man who's hiring someone to kill his wife, voiced by Demi Moore. And you're like, what's going on? It's just weird stuff like that. And you're like, I don't know how it got away with a PG-13, because there was some stuff in there. I'm like, what's happening?
Wow.
But my sister talks shit about the first few seasons of this show. I think it still holds up pretty good. I've just unfortunately had to quit, because I kid you not, each time I started watching it, I just was in a bad place in my life, or just having some chaos that was unrelated to the show that was kind of reminding me of how unfunny my life was at Archer.
Yeah,
I still have a lot of fun, but fans love to shit talk about where it goes downhill. It's like, just enjoy the fucking thing.
I liked Archer. I've got the whole series.
I did too. I'm like, it's harmless. It is very nutty. I think what does it for me is those trumpets and neo-noirish kind of piano music. It's making fun of spies, but it's also making fun of that whole just mystery angle is like, hey, you're a smooth talking detective, you're a smooth talking spy.
Well, I think they go ahead.
I'm sorry, kind of set in the '60s, Archer, or the tone.
No, it's modern day, but
it kind of has, maybe with his mother's like office, there might be a '60s vibe to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's a family of spies for sure, and they show wacky flashbacks. But the most they do is they'll do a '80s inspired thing.
Yeah.
Archer Vice, I think, was like season 5, and
Well,
yeah, if it was '60s, it'd be Get Smart. So yeah, I can see that.
it is kind of Get Smart with a little more choice words. But like, I kid you not, there was a scene that just was trending on YouTube where he's talking about a hitchman's inept kung fu fighting. He's like, "You're the Dane Cook of martial arts," and just kept trending. And I kid you not, I have tried getting other people who I knew would have eaten it up years ago, and they just saw lesser episodes.
Yeah.
And I kid you not, it was like that one with the Hick family or something. And I'm like, just watch another episode. I guarantee you, it is not schlocky like you're saying it, but I don't know. I think it is so funny that Adult Swim passed on it because they're like, we don't see how this can be funny. I'm like, have you seen what you program lately?
Well, they had Frisky Dingo, which was kind of the same in my.
It was the same people. So
Assy McGee.
The guys who did that in C Lab 2021, and you're just like, which was, that they already came from the whole take Hanna-Barbera characters and then reanimate them, doing more off-color stuff.
Well, and then Archer would touch on things like Sea Hunt or Sea Lab and stuff like that.
And some of those same voice actors and crew work on Bob's Burgers, and they did a crossover. So
it's just because it was H. John Benjamin doing the voice of Archer and Bob.
Yeah. I mean, his voice totally carries it. It also helps that Jessica Walter and Aisha Tyler's characters Lada actually look like them, so it's kind of funnier that way. But yeah, that is a funny one in that the people again who I know would have eaten it up had it come out like a decade earlier didn't care for it.
Well, and some of the people following it, they're following the spy angle of it, but then later on it becomes like they're drug smugglers at one point.
That's the fun of it. They change it up.
Right. They change it up. They become like, it does travel back into like the 40s or 50s but it's while Archer is in a coma.
That definitely took like a High Sierra, Treasure of the Sierra Madre, Casablanca kind of feel for me. He's just going around traveling, and it is a lot of fun. But if you are very ADD and not paying attention, you're not going to find it funny at all. But it's like, it is a very attention, like those silent pauses are definitely what make it the funniest. Just people looking at each other with a sour bitch face. Like, you said what now? You did what now? It just
or anytime they said anything and they go phrasing.
Yeah. They'll say words that you could easily take out of context, and Archer just has a dirty mind, so he's like, wait, what? Say what again? What?
I watched it a few episodes because a friend of mine was into it, and am I right in recalling it was kind of static animation, a lot of still shots, or am I?
Well, they weren't really still, but I can see what you're talking about.
I see what you mean. Like, it's kind of 2D, 1D kind of ish. Yeah.
Kind of like the old Marvel 60s.
Yeah, it was more animated than that.
But more than that. Okay.
I know what you mean. Like, the most CGI you would probably see would be with the spaceships or copters. But it
wasn't very elaborate animation, I guess.
Yeah, and they had some serious star power on there. I mean, there was Bryan Cranston was on a 2-parter in space.
Burt Reynolds was in there.
Burt Reynolds, I was going to bring him up. It was so hysterical. He is just playing it so straight. Your mother and I, we go a ways back. And
well, then there's even an episode where Archer tries to relive his favorite movie, which was Gator.
Yeah. So that's
I got to check it out again. I got to revisit it.
That's kind of what made it work for me. It's just that they would actually deliver on their running gags. Is it my favorite of the Rude cartoons? No, but it's up there just because it was a perfect fit for FX. Is like, okay, you have something a little different instead of just the newest, violent crime thriller show that's going to win all the Emmys for best acting and writing. But it was just kind of a fun way to unwind. It's like, we just saw this other serious show that's on your network, and now FX is going to do like 3 episodes of Archer back to back, until 3 in the morning. And Go ahead.
I was going to say the easiest way to describe it for Archer, at least for the beginning of it, was just like a dysfunctional spy family.
And it did a lot of different things instead of just be like Austin Powers, where we're nutty, but we're also kind of making fun of 60s in general. Is like it would half the time they're not even spying, like they're just doing just random ass stuff. The robotic scientist is nutty, but without fail, I would forget who else was on it and be like, then you'd see the closing credits is like, oh, that's right, I knew that voice sounded familiar. It's like that Yakuza guy who just got in a big gruesome violent exchange that Archer was about to stop. That was George Takei. I knew it.
that was involving Pam Poovey, wasn't it, with her
fighting and well, this is it too. Like, I do find it so funny with the robotic spies and other people. It's just like it kind of makes fun of bad like soap operas and over convoluted plot twists, but they have such funny exposition explaining it and
it touches on pulp culture basically. I mean, it had their own $6 million man in that show.
Oh yeah, and the bumpers where they take what's his name, the one blonde guy, and make him look like Ironside was kind of wacky.
And then they touch on episodes where they go in, like C Lab, where that episode was called, I think, Sea Tunt. Because that one secretary was rich and her family owned like the Sea Lab or something.
Yep. It was just a fun kind of just interchange. It's just like, yep, it all comes together. It's the Frisco Dingo Sea Lab Archerverse.
Yeah, and they do things twisted, like Pam Poovey, she's an overweight gal. She's their HR, their head of HR or whatever. Later on, she like gets addicted to cocaine, and she becomes thinner and more beautiful.
That was fun too, and often she's saying inappropriate things. So that's, again, I just always love it when they have an HR character, because you're just waiting for them to show their double standards. It's like, I thought you're supposed to be diffusing the drama, not adding to it.
And then she might end up in a three-way with what's his name, Cyril and Cheryl.
That was just perfect voiceover by Chris Parnell, as he has that instantly recognizable voice, and he was doing so many commercials by that time post SNL, and I was just like, yeah, of course, Cyril is just funny just because he's the clumsy, geeky, okay looking Q, James Bond, the gadget man, but he fucks up half the time, and it's just it's a sight to
He started as an accountant and became a field agent.
Yeah, and he's always being practical or overthinking something, and half the time he'll find a solution to it, and Archer and Lana will ask him to like repeat the solution. He's like, which part? I'm like, the whole thing from the top, repeat it. And that part, no, not that part. And it's like, it sometimes Archer just wants to take credit for everybody's idea, but I think that's just it. Like, Archer is a snarky smartass, I would call, as opposed to a shithead. And I think it just helps that how he can't stand his mom, who's his boss, so it's just like it kind of goes in atypical directions too. But yeah, definitely the voiceovers are just so blunt, and to where I just would look forward to the running gags. Is like, I just know shit's gonna hit the fan. There's gonna be a inept exchange, and Archer's gonna have to call out Lana's name, and she's gonna then go with, what?
Lana!
What?
But no, it works. Their comedic delivery in that show, at least in my opinion, was spot on.
I definitely felt like it was very properly storyboarded. It wasn't just fuck around and find out.
We'll return after these messages.
How's here? We got a 90-minute weekly Shack Stop. It's growing all over the world. Find it at 2 p.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern Time on Mondays, then 3 p.m. on Wednesdays, then 7 p.m. on Thursdays. You can catch it on many more radio stations, 99.9 KERB, 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern on Mondays. Then catch the encore on Thursdays at 5 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern. Then catch it Wednesday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 10 a.m. Central on 107.7 K-Twins. Then hang out with us Wednesday afternoons on MXTR and House Shack Radio, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. Then Thursday, get up bright and early with us on 95.7 Web Radio at 6 a.m. Pacific Time, 9 a.m. Eastern. Of course, we've got your Friday covered as well. 12 p.m. Eastern Time on MXTR FM and 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 p.m. Central, 107.7 K-Twins. Find everything on HouseShack.com. HouseShack.
If you like small town mystery, crazy news, and wild history, then the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast is for you. Each week, Josh Mills and Wayne McCarty bring you the absolute best Florida has to offer. So if you're looking for a show that's safe for the family, but funny enough to help you escape everyday life, then listen to the Florida Men on Florida Man podcast. That's Florida Men, plural, on Florida Man podcast.
Do you ever find yourself thinking about who would win in a fight between Goku and Superman? Hi, I'm James Gavsey, and on the Who Would Win show, me and my co-host Ray ignore anything important happening in the outside world and debate fictional battles between characters from comics, movies, and video games.
We got a new show every week, and almost always am I the winner.
Yeah, not true, Ray.
In the past, we've discussed such matches as Captain America versus Darth Vader, Solid Snake versus the Iron Giant, classic matchups like RoboCop versus Terminator, and even the Muppets versus Sesame Street.
That one was crazy. So if you're a fan of geek culture and love a spirited debate, check out the Who Would Win show wherever you get your podcasts, or check us out at whowouldwinshow.com.
You were going to mention a few other rude cartoons, I guess, or over-the-top ones. I mean, I know there's plenty of other ones out there, but it's just so funny how... I mean, I couldn't get into some of the other Family Guy spinoffs, like the Cleveland Show. That just was not very funny to me, but...
my wife and I liked it, but yeah, it didn't have a very long run. 3-4 years, maybe, if that.
Didn't Eddie Murphy have a cartoon series called the
PJ? Something,
the PJs, yeah.
And it was really kind of muddy animation.
It was stop motion.
Yeah.
Yep.
Or it was stop motion?
Yep.
Stop claymation motion. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Pretty wild how that one was kind
late
of a diamond.
90s, I think, yeah.
Late 90s, early 2000s, and yeah, it was kind of a diamond in the rough, and a lot of people watched it, and then it just, due to music rights, wasn't available for a while.
Then you go back to the Cosby Kids. That's a lot.
But I don't know. They didn't have a second year. I think they just had 1 year, but I'm not exactly sure about that.
I thought it was 3 years. Let me see. The PJs.
I just remember they made
3 seasons. Yeah.
3 seasons? Okay.
Yeah. I remember they ridiculed Goodwill Hunting in one episode. What basically saying what a son of a bitch the character was, which he was, It was part of his charm, but I still love that movie. But
I did too.
Yeah.
But people like to shit talk.
He had to learn not to be a shithead, As smart as he was missing that.
How do you like them apples?
Yeah.
What is your personal favorite Oreo? Like of just the over the top cartoons? Or would you say you're more of a Simpsons guy, Family Guy?
I don't know, honestly. Like, I quit watching The Simpsons as I got older because I don't know, it just didn't really resonate as much. Family Guy was all right, and I actually bought a few episodes of that off iTunes back then.
Nice.
My favorite episode from Family Guy is I Dream of Jesus. That shit is so damn funny.
I think this is it. Like South Park just works for me, just like even when it's not funny. And they've had some misfires where I'm like, that sounds funnier on paper, but just the delivery and animation wasn't good that episode.
I've said this before, but my favorite were the 3 trilogy thing for Star Wars. They basically told you the stories, and each one was, they told you the story, but they did it in their own way, and it was hilarious.
With Family Guy? Yeah.
Yep, yeah. Family Guy.
Plus, Pee Wee Herman got to be a cameo, so that helps.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
Me neither. Fuck it.
No, I think a major strength of The Simpsons is there's so many characters in that thing. They can run stories. Springfield is, I don't know what the population, they must have 350 characters, it seems like, at least. And,
Sounds like it.
And they all have pretty distinct personalities,
I'll tell you, my favorite character on The Simpsons was Gil.
I wonder why, because that's his
the
name.
salesman guy based on Jack Lemmon and
the loser guy. Yeah, it started out with Jack Lemmon doing the voice. Yeah.
And Glengarry Glen Ross. Yeah,
and it's the only Simpsons action figure I own.
And that's what was so funny too. Is just there was always kind of an unspoken feud between all these shows. And South Park guys loved The Simpsons and hated Family Guy, so that's why they made fun of the animation style, saying that gag Family Guy, The Simpsons did it.
One of the best episodes of South Park is them trying to figure out how to be evil and do evil things, and as they keep trying to come up with them, it's like The Simpsons already did it.
Yeah. And I remember when there was a few different comedy rows, without fail, when Seth MacFarlane was on it, they would always mock, saying, "You think you can just animate your way out of this? You want to do your own rude Simpsons knockoff?" And he just guffawing is like, you're not wrong. I mean, he started out on Johnny Bravo, for God's sakes, you know.
And then the thing I like about South Park is like the episode with where it's kind of like the heavy metal touch.
Oh yeah, make it look like the Heavymation cartoon, as well as when they made fun of gamers and just to get like all. But if
Major Boobage, that was the episode.
The heavy metal one. Yep,
that was good. And,
I'm gonna suck your tits.
Yeah, but if there's anything that I think Simpsons and South Park did the best, was just make fun of all the Stans and Karens in your neighborhood before that was legal. Just all the curmudgeons, all the guys who start fires when there is none, you know, just cry over spilled milk, and you're just like, really?
Like the minister's wife. Yeah.
I would punch Mr. Burns in the face. I'm just going to say it now. Really, he's just always conniving and just starting something.
I remember Mr. Burns kind of gave my mom the creeps. She thought he was kind of a spooky character.
Well, and the only one that really loved him was Smithers.
Yeah.
Whalen Smithers. I remember that episode.
I remember hearing that in Britain there's like a cult that tries to be Ned Flanders. They like.
Oh yeah, the metal band.
Yeah. No, they actually grow the mustache. Not the band, but it wasn't a band, but
they all try to look like him. Is what?
You're saying? They were enamored by Ned Flanders. So
every time we've had Daniel on this show, he has without fail made fun of how certain people look like Ned Flanders.
Yeah, they're around.
Oh yeah,
I think the guy in Jeopardy right now, the champ, is kind of Ned Flandery.
Yeah, a little bit, and it is just so funny though how Harry Shearer kind of does this the rest of his career, and he hates that show. Have you
Does
heard
he
of
still
that?
do voices for the Simpsons?
I don't know. Let me see.
There's one show.
I remember he was getting fed up with the writing at one point.
Well, and I think he just wanted.
I think part of that might be job fatigue. You know,
I think that's what it was. He just was wanted to do something else besides being a voice booth all day.
I am a bull. I can't do the voice anymore because it's considered racist.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
What did they write him
complete
out?
bullshit because it's not racist.
They
it's
stopped
funny.
having him appear.
Yeah.
And yet Chef's okay, but it's okay.
Well, yeah, if they made
out
Apu look bad, they never really made him look bad. He was kind of a sensible guy. You know?
Yeah, it was just more of a whitewashing thing where it's like a white actor's playing an Indian voice, but even though what he's doing is not very uncommon, owning a liquor store. So he was
part of that was the stereotype of that too, I think. With people.
Which is even dumber.
Yeah, he definitely made me laugh, but I can see why people just kind of got annoyed by it after a while, I guess.
Well, but nobody cries about Mark Hamill doing the shit.
what Indian voice did he do?
No, he did. He was on Avatar: Last Airbender as Zuko's dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, Mark Hamill's okay, but not Harry Shearer.
Was he trying to do an affected voice?
No, he was just regular talking.
I think it was just exposure. You know, that was more of a few years on the air, and you know, Simpsons was on for 3 decades. So, you can always just not watch if you don't like it. Just saying.
You had Robert Downey Jr. in
Tropic Thunder.
Tropic Thunder. I mean, I never saw the movie. How was that offensive or?
It's funny as shit.
It was deliberately though. Like it's making fun of actors miscast in a role they're not suited for because he's playing an award winner actor.
Or
So
yeah,
it was a kind of a clever
method
plot
actors.
twist. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he's making fun of method. He's like, I'm going to do it so well, and then the irony showed because then he got an actual Oscar nom. So
well, it's a little like Archie Carol O'Connor not being racist, but his Archie skewered what racist people are
well,
like.
exactly, because then Norman Lear would get horrified because he would see actual people with a Archie Bunker for President sticker on their car, and he's like, "No, it's not."
And the joke
point.
about Robert Downey Jr. as that black character was he was method. He was in that character, and everybody else looked at him like he was nuts.
Yeah,
and
but
so
he
many
thought,
people, right? And so many people got annoyed by the use of the R word, just even though they understood the context, which is Hollywood playing Hollywood playing insensitive, mentally challenged characters. Is like Tom Hanks, good actor, played a annoying character in Forrest Gump. Just they were making fun of stuff like that, and it's like just listen to the dialogue. But it's just so funny how Ben Stiller met them halfway. And they kept saying, "We will still complain anyway," just because the R word is in it. And so then he was like, "We're done. Just don't watch the movie."
Simple Jack.
If you watch HUD with Paul Newman,
a good movie.
His character is a son of a bitch.
Yeah,
and Newman was aghast that people were idolizing him. I think they did because it was Paul Newman. He's still a cool guy in that way. It's Paul Newman.
Well, and he does a good job. That whole movie is one big slow burn. It's a noir western basically, and it's just showing how despicable and selfish he is, and that's just it. He thinks he's hot shit, and that's how he plays it. But I can understand why. Yeah, he'd be horrified. He's like, no, you don't want to be like that guy.
There's also Rain Man and American History X.
Yeah. I can't rewatch American History X. It's a good movie. I can't watch it again, but.
I love that fucking movie. It's so good.
It is good.
It came out at the wrong time, though.
Lived downtown, love that movie, so I never saw it either.
The other one. What was the other one you just mentioned?
HUD or no?
No, not. What was the one?
Rain Man. He said.
Yeah, Rain Man is interesting because that could have easily backfired. That someone could have easily overdone how he's so good with math, but got awkward interaction and. It's so funny when you watch those accountant movies. That is basically Rain Man meets Jason Bourne.
But
I mean, I think it also.
I bought it.
Yeah, no, it was good.
It's a great
I'm sure other actors have taken other people's performances and been like, okay, you're doing a little too on the vest. Now you're doing a imitation of an imitation of an imitation.
Gilbert Grape.
My wife, if I start babbling a little bit in the car or something, she says, "Oh, you're doing the Pony Express guy from Rayman, aren't you?" Remember the guy sitting in the office going on and on about the Pony Express?
Oh, wow!
I have a little bit of that in me, so yeah.
I mean,
let's go to Kmart in Cincinnati, Ohio.
Sometimes that just gives us an excuse to want to rewatch all these different movies and shows. Because I mean, Office Space is basically a live action cartoon, but it's by Mike Judge, and. It's just
you're stealing.
Yeah, stealing. Yeah. Half the time, it makes me wonder how many of the TV Funhouse stuff on SNL would have made a good cartoon or live action skit.
They actually did TV Funhouse as a series.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, on Comedy Central. It was late night. I remember that because they had Wonder Man.
What was it?
Oh, wait, it's coming to me. The old man, the baby. And the guy on drugs. Oh my god, that skit was fucking stupid.
There was
wow.
There was something that Joel Hodgson tried to do on Comedy Central that was kind of like that in a way.
The TV Wheel.
What was that TV Wheel?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got a recording of that. It's a fun little.
It is. I would have watched it.
Special. It's kind of fun.
I would have watched it. Yeah.
What I find amazing about all the animation that we've had in the last 25 years or so is how many of them make comebacks. Futurama was canceled and came back.
Right.
Yeah.
Family Guy was canceled and came back. American Dad was canceled and came back.
I'm pretty sure they just look at that because it's always being consumed. They're like, sure. I'm sure they say yes without even thinking about it.
Well, thankfully, they never thought to bring back Fish Police.
Fish Police. Now
Yes, that was a cartoon that was horrible. They were trying to capture the Simpsons, popularity and trying to get their own animated show out there.
I think it was almost the second season of The Simpsons that debuted, I believe.
Yeah.
It looks like a Disney cartoon, but with weird Adult Swim type.
It was based off a comic book, but it was a horrible cartoon.
Yeah, Hanna-Barbera. Oh my god.
Oh, what's fun too, if you listen to some of the Simpsons document or commentary tracks, which they're on the DVD sets, when oh come on, who's the liar guy from SNL? Yeah, that's what
you're talking about. The Critic. You're talking about
the Critic and Steve Katz were interesting.
He keeps trying to promote the Critic throughout the commentary, going off on a tangent.
Love it
on purpose, but it's really it's a funny commentary.
There was a crossover between the Simpsons and the Critic. The Critic I'm not sure how many years the Critic had. Maybe 2, maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
That was one I wish would have gone on and I could have seen more of.
Yeah, I think he burped too much, but other than that.
But I would get Steve Katz and the Critic mixed up, just similar kind of just slow burn animation. And my sister definitely used to watch a lot of Daria.
I never got into Daria. That was a spinoff from Beavis and Butthead.
Was that Janine Garofalo?
No. That was, what's her name?
I thought it was
Anna Gasteyer.
No, Tracy Grandstaff. Who?
Okay, Janine Garofalo did a cartoon voice, I thought.
Let's see. Maybe she was on it.
Maybe that's it. Yeah.
Behind the voice actor, Bridget the Giraffe's voice in the wild. That was funny. And Titan AE, English dub, Kiki's Delivery Service,
She's in Ratatouille.
Yes, and Tom Goes to the Mayor. So there you go. So just minor stuff, but
anyway,
she does look like she could be a living cartoon just because she's so awesome. But
I like her a lot.
It's always so wild when she'll say, "I'm not that funny or not that great." I'm like, "What are you talking about? Have you seen your work?" So I feel
like her in Mystery Men.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah,
she's part of that whole collective of David Cross. And,
she was the voice in Duckman.
I mean, she plays herself on The Simpsons. So there you go.
Oh, there's an animated show I like too.
Duckman. Yeah. So where did Duckman air? Was that USA or was that Showtime?
UPN.
I think it was USA. I think.
Okay, let's see.
Or no, Dilbert was UPN, Duckman was USA.
Right. Yeah, Duckman USA. So
now I have the entire collection of that on DVD. I want to try to get it on streaming as well, but I can't find it for streaming.
Now, okay, so here's the thing. So I got that mixed up with Showtime's Queer Duck. That's what I got it mixed up with. And
that was what's his name from Seinfeld doing the voice of Duckman.
Jason
Alexander. Yep.
Yeah.
But there was all kinds of just strange people who would like just guest star on it because
there was a lot of strange animation period during the 90s and shit. Christ.
Nancy Travis. I think David Duchovny was on one. I'm just like, yeah, of course he was. He loves being in weird stuff.
Beavis and Butthead kicked it off for MTV, the animation for that.
I thought that was Aeon Flux.
No, that Aeon Flux came later.
A little later. But like you say, it is just so funny how they just kind of jump into each other, and you're like, I don't know which cartoon's going to land where. But we got Tom joining us later in the chat. How are you, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic.
So
did you forget to set your clock back, Tom?
Well, I've been whacking with the oldies, baby. Solid gold, Jasper.
He's clowning on us, man. But
yeah, it's a new side of Tom here.
It's not new.
It's not. It's not new, but it should be. But
an Iowa thing. Yeah.
Oh,
it's a Tom thing.
It's a Tom thing, baby.
Don't take this personally. Don't take this personally. But So we've been kind of going over the ringer of all the different over the top, wacky, popular, and sometimes crass cartoons. Which one do you think kind of rings true to you? Because some people will land in the middle of this. Just like what is like kind of your main go-to cartoon? Like you will put on like 24/7. It helps you decompress, and you'll go to sleep guffawing at it. Just anything like that.
There are actually 3 that come to mind.
Oh, hey.
4 if you count another one that. So we'll go with 4.
Surprise us. All right.
One of them is obvious one. It's South Park.
Okay.
They have the figures on the pulse so deep that they're probably going to be busting into an artery or two.
True.
There have been moments like that, and it's like it is just the awkward. If we were joking about which characters do awkward pauses, Archer does it a lot, but South Park will do just some other ones, just people just looking at each other like, really?
Butters.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, definitely Butters. Yeah.
And speaking of Archer, that's my number 2.
Oh, number 2. Hey.
Number 2. Yeah, just the writing is so crisp. H. John Benjamin really gets into the role. Everybody is so perfectly cast. They work well together. And there'll be another callback to that, and one of my other ones. Number 3, Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
There we go. Yeah.
I was expecting you, Tom, to do an impression from one of the characters. From
well,
you mean like Mentok, the mind takeoff?
Yep.
I'll take the case, but first.
Oh, and that's just it. Same kind of just very dry but very witty delivery. But then they would always find a wacky way to like arrest or just have a classic Hanna-Barbera character into the mix. You're like, wait, so and so got hooked on drugs. Wait, what?
The hell?
Old Hanna-Barbera with a twist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh.
And number 4, tied back to Archer. Frisky Dingo.
Okay. Hey, now that is my pal Tony's favorite show. He's like, nothing comes close to it. I'm like, oh, come on.
Season 2 is just chef's kiss perfection. You kind of have to see the first season to kind of get the setup, but once you get there, it's just like, oh my God, I can't believe they did this. And
they got away with it.
Yes. Yeah. And basically turned into Killface runs for president against Xander Cruz.
Wow.
Well,
and hilarity ensues.
Well, and then remember the reporter that becomes Antimony or something like that.
Antimony. Wow. Well, what was your
or Antimony? I can't remember.
Did any of you watch I've only seen parts of this and always been like, what's going on here? It kind of reminded me of Squidbillies, but way funnier. Squidbillies was more of a, what the fuck am I watching right now? I need to go to bed right now.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
No, that's similar. That's all right. So I like Metalocalypse, not so much in the movie, but Moral Oral, making fun of that.
Yes.
Oh God, that was
syndicated.
Oh, that was so freaking awesome.
And James, I know, is a huge fan, and I maybe saw part of one episode, and I think my jaw dropped to the floor. I'm like, okay, anything flies on Adult Swim late at night.
That's right.
No.
How about Tom Goes to the Mayor?
Never caught that one.
So
no.
The Mr. Show guys were dicking around, the Tim and Eric guys, and the animation was kind of like deliberately shitty, but you kind of had to be in a Tim and Eric kind of mindset to find any of it funny. It was always like, okay, somebody just got frozen or animated this bizarre way. It was kind of a hate watch kind of funny show, but yeah, oh God. So yeah, you brought up, South Park, Archer, shit. I was just
I gotta write these down.
Harvey Birdman.
Yeah, you brought up Harvey Birdman. Shit, what was the other cartoon? I was just actually gonna
Frisky Dingo.
Yeah, okay, you had Frisky Dingo, but there was
another one.
You can get stream Frisky Dingo on Amazon for like $25.
Oh wow!
Both seasons. That's not a bad deal.
Well, I own them. I own them on DVD.
They're 11-minute episodes. Am I reading that right? They're 11 minutes apiece.
I kind of like that. Okay, so one that
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, one that does not, and following the Harvey Birdman lead, it does not get enough love. I wish it really did because it was on a while. Mike Tyson Mysteries.
Yes.
I never had a chance to check that out. Was that any good?
I would highly recommend it just because imagine Scooby Doo, but it's a talking pigeon named Pigeon, voiced by Norm Macdonald. It's Mike Tyson and his adopted Asian daughter, and she's basically a Velma. It totally animated similarly, and a ghost who's
played by Jim Rash.
Yeah, Jim Rash. That you guys remember the Oscar-winning, the Dean from Community, who's also wrote some other funny comedies and got an Oscar for it. You would recognize if you saw his face, but yeah, 4 seasons of that. Even when it wasn't funny, like I would still just be like, how do they get so quirky and yet so out there, just wacky? But the best part was you get to the end of it, and I kid you not, like they would kind of have an actual blooper by Tyson, just like that. Someone clearly off screen had asked him a stupid question. It was just kind of a random just bumper at the end. You're like, wow, he makes even less sense in person, just and it's just so out there. But yeah, that it was one of Norm Macdonald's last few things I saw him in, and he really was just so hysterical as just the blunt pigeon. But there's one hysterical episode where they're like investigating Snoop Dogg's mansion, and they're visited by Mike Tyson's brother, Neil deGrasse Tyson. I'm like, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. And yeah, there was some very funny voiceovers. Rachel Harris from Lucifer was on there as the owner of Don't Judge a Book store. And yeah, it's just
I'll have to check it out if I can find it anywhere.
It's got to be. Let's look.
I'm guessing it's got to be streaming somewhere, but
it's got to be on HBO Max. Okay, so Fandango at home. You can buy it off Amazon or YouTube, Apple. Yeah, very like I kid you not. Like it just was just so out there. Like I would make people guffaw just summing up the summary. You're like, what is that about? Is it a boxing cartoon? I'm like, no, mysteries. Keyword Mike Tyson solving mysteries. And he just it wasn't even about the mysteries, so to speak. It would just always be just some crazy supernatural thing, and just half the time it didn't have anything to do with that. Like they would just have just such a crazy. It was just kind of just part of the setting, and they would just sometimes just go on a random road trip, and it's just like, yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen, but it's gonna be wacky.
Hey, Tom, I just thought of something. Would number 5 be Venture Brothers?
Oh, yes, it would.
Yeah, that's definitely on James's favorite. He's and I've only seen parts of it. I know there's like killer twin robots and all kinds of other.
There's cloning involved. There's Marvel Comics is involved.
There's like a character that's kind of a Schwarzenegger parody, right?
There's even a Spider-Man type character, but he shoots the web out of his backside.
Yeah, I definitely know Patrick Warburton gets a lot of love for that.
That's a bizarre concept. Cloning in a cartoon series. I mean,
somebody
had cloning something that isn't real to begin with.
Yeah,
I like that.
Well, I don't want to ruin it for anyone who hasn't watched it, but yeah, the cloning comes in. It's important to the story.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of what makes it nutty. Is just all these weird experiments, and you're like, "Yep, that just happened. Yep, that's just what happened."
Well, and it is of course touching on Johnny Quest.
Kinda.
In fact, they have Johnny Quest kind of character as an adult in the show, and he's like a crack addict.
Wow.
I remember the original, and then the new adventures that were on Cartoon Network.
Oh God, yes.
Yeah.
Man.
Which is was the revival okay or not good? Or?
It was good. I absorbed everything as a kid.
I only saw part of Johnny Quest growing up, but I got kind of annoyed when there was like another knockoff cartoon called Johnny Test, and I was like, really?
It was one of those things that was on every Saturday morning for us in the 70s.
Yeah, well, it started in the 60s, didn't it? Because I remember being a little scared by it. It was
that's
5 or 6 year old.
If you're not reading Hardy Boys or Nancy Drew, then you're watching an adventure family show in cartoon form like that.
And you know who was in the first episode of Harvey Tournament Law? The Johnny Quest guys.
That's right.
Oh, yeah, they were trying to. What was his name?
Race Band was trying to get custody of Johnny and Haji.
Yep.
From Dr. Quest, and turned out, not to spoil it, but the race band was actually a robot duplicate.
Yeah.
Ari Birdman's just very easy, chill stuff to kind of just watch before you go to bed. It's just
the Flintstones as the Sopranos.
Yes.
Shaggy and Scooby as drug addicts.
Yeah.
Pot
Who could have seen that coming?
Not me, but I did revisit some episodes a few years back on Hulu, and I was just having fun.
And now that I think about it, Venture Brothers also touched on the Scooby Gang.
Oh, yes, they did.
Yeah.
They had to, but everybody's got to have
Johnny Bravo. They show up in a Johnny Bravo too.
That's right, and everyone's got to. I mean, it was a Hanna-Barbera production, so that makes sense. But I mean, everybody's got to have a mystery van. Everybody.
I know that.
Nothing creepy about
Simpson,
that.
Well, he showed up in a Kevin Smith movie too. They did.
Yeah.
Jay Silent Bob Strike Back.
And also on The Simpsons, Homer's bar buddy Barney is a nod to Barney Rubble. I'm pretty
like
sure.
Isn't there a Family Guy episode with the Scooby Van, or is that?
I think.
Probably.
Let's look up.
They rip off everything else.
True. Very fucking true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I haven't heard anybody mention it, and I'm kind of wondering how people feel about it. I kind of started watching. It's been on for 7 or 8 years now, and I started watching. I'm kind of enjoying it, but I've heard people don't really care for it. It's Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Rick and Morty is hit or miss.
I understand the love of it, but it's too easy to say it was kind of ruined by the toxic
It's Back
fans.
to the Future on crack.
Yeah, so that's just it. Like, I would watch it on occasion, but I couldn't do more than one in like one sitting. It just was too much with the Morty voice. Oh my god! But yeah, fans were just so stuck up. They're like, "It's not a Back to the Future, ripoff." I'm like, we didn't say it was a ripoff. We said it's a parody.
Right.
Get it together. But like, yeah,
homage. Yeah,
you see so many people wanting to be like Rick Sanchez. I'm like, guys, Rick is like Ash in Evil Dead. He's literally the one who starts all the shit hitting the fan until he puts the book back on the shelf.
I'm pretty sure they pop up in a Simpsons intro on one of
the
of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has its moments. Keith David was really wacky as the badass president, like in one recurring thing.
Oh, that reminds me of another one that needs to go on my list. Black Dynamite.
Oh,
yes, the cartoon show. Yes,
I bought that. I've only watched 3 episodes of it so far, though. The first 3.
If you're into that kind of genre, you will fucking love it.
My brother and dad were up late watch, and I was visiting them, and it's so funny. It's like they're seeing the promo for that cartoon, and they're just guffawing, and I'm geeking out, and they're like, "Why are you geeking out?" I'm like, "Because I've actually seen the movie that's related to. There's a movie." I'm like, "Yes, it's fucking awesome." But so the closest they've done to that was actually in live action form on Adult Swim, and I'm not counting that, is Black Jesus.
Yeah,
it really is just nutty, like just going hood to hood, just solving people's problems.
You do that on purpose, Mike?
Yeah, because we're doing cartoons, so
I couldn't help myself, but yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Hey, yeah.
I'm being a little obnoxious here.
For those who can't see, he's doing the animated CGI thing on the Zoom, and that's awesome.
God,
I'm actually seeing it.
I could get rid of it if it's.
There's the movie A Talking Cat, A Talking Dog. Yeah, that's the other thing too. I can tell you're a cartoon guy when you make a Scoob noise. There's actually a podcast promo group I'm on, which is promos by Scoob. I'm like, I see what you did there. Oh yeah, I'm actually surprised they haven't had more rude talking animals shows. It's like it's here and there, but it's mostly
because then it'd be too cliche.
I guess so.
Well, that was
like
Ren and
having a
Stimpy,
blonde in every fucking show.
That's the other thing too. I would watch watered down Ren and Stimpy once in a while, and even then, I enjoyed kind of some of it, but other times it was a little too much for me. I'm a wimp.
Yeah. You also had a show like called Drawn Together that.
I love that show.
I own all of the seasons for that too, as well as the movie.
I saw parts of some of them. I would see clips of that and Tripping the Riff. Did anyone ever see that?
Yep.
And that was just what was interesting to me. I was like, wow, so cable can get edgy after 10 p.m. They will show.
Well, if you look at
anything.
Tripping the Riff, the original cartoon was far more edgier than the actual cartoon.
But even then, just already having a risque person play a sexy alien, and then all of a sudden, just again, they didn't show anything, but they implied a lot of stuff. I can't remember. I think Drawn Together had uncensored DVDs, which showed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So it was just always so funny though, because the ads were so edgy, and I would be at friends or family's houses, and they're like, "Oh, can we edit that?" I'm like, "No, it's an ad. I can't do anything about it unless you record this, in which case I could skip through it. But just let us silently laugh at it. I'll watch it underneath the radar soon."
Now miss Drawn Together. That shit was hilarious.
Who was the guy? Wasn't the guys who did that also did crazy shit for Spike TV? Like, there was like a rat gangster cartoon they did, and then they did something else like Stripperella or some shit.
Oh, they did. They did Stripperella.
They did an adult version of Ren and Stimpy.
Well, yeah,
for Spike TV.
That's what I couldn't believe. I'm like, wow, I went from being Nickelodeon to a Spike TV cartoon, and I'm like, whoa, okay.
But if you look at the documentary about Crick Falusi, man,
yeah,
he was off the rails.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and it's also a shame because he also animated a rather risque Weird Al music video, and Weird Al was pretty cool with them. So that's just it. Like, this weird shit he was doing, he harbored it, but it came out to bite him, and unfortunately, he couldn't hide for it forever, because even before pre-texting, just like people heard a few lewd comments from him, and it's like, dude, what kind of drugs are you taking? What? You can be brilliant.
And I enjoyed his Mighty Mouse cartoons.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
the cocaine controversy on that. Remember that?
Yeah, and that's the other problem. Is just there's so many guys who, I think, had they left the business when they did, they wouldn't have fucking lost their mind. You know what I mean? Like, just get in and get out. Don't
reminds me of Jim Brewer's interview with Joe Rogan talking about SNL and how toxic the writers' room got to be.
Yeah. And he was late 90s, so I can only imagine. I mean,
yeah, because he talked about how he almost got in a fist fight with the one writer over sketch being cut. I was like, damn.
That's the other thing too. It seemed like whoever was more popular got more screen time. Is like, we can let the other guys do something, but I'm not so much mad at SNL behind the scenes as I am at Mad TV. How a lot of them were getting poorly paid or unequally paid,
definitely.
where it's like after a while, it's like, I'm grateful that's what you know me for, but I'm fucking leaving now.
Yeah,
I think that's what some of these cartoon shows have been like, where it's like, this is my surviving money. I like it, but I want to do other things, besides being bossed around in a voice booth. So, yeah, no, we were joking earlier how sometimes toxic people who want to be like the gross characters on these cartoons show their head. Have you ever had incidents like that at work or in real life, Tom, where you're like, you clearly think Beavis and Butthead are people you should try to be like? Have you ever had anything like that?
Fortunately not. Most of the time, it's the customers who I deal with that are kind of like Beavis and Butthead. So
yeah, I forgot your call center work. So yeah,
because I was joking to them, like, I knew people who, King of the Hill is basically a documentary for me, but I've also met people who want to be like Peter Griffin. I'm like, you're such a douche.
I can't wait to beat my daughter.
Well, that's one thing you love about animation like that. They get to say and do things that you wish you could say and do.
Oh, I say everything. Shit.
I don't know about that.
Well, sometimes.
I mean, and I'm not trying to be PC here. I'm not saying,
Cam's PC.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I got all woke.
Next thing you know, he's going to go woke.
Yeah, there you
Way to go.
But it is just amazing how we got to have fiction not only to open up a discussion, but also just, it's got to be out there, because it's cool to have someone who breaks the rules and just see shit hit the fan. It's just, but even more so in cartoon form, because there's like, you can be way nuttier, way more over the top, and you don't have
not
to
just slapstick anymore.
Yeah, and you don't have to worry about it being too risque for the actors because again, they're just doing the voice. They're not doing the actual emotion.
The best humor I liked was Naked Gun because it's so autistic based. Because it's so literal and shit. Like I saw the movie, the new one, and I couldn't stop fucking laughing. That shit was so on the nose.
But that's kind of what I like about all these cartoons we've discussed tonight. Like they'll discuss so and so is related to so and so, and it's like, oh no, they didn't. It's like just I would have never made that connection. I would have never done that. They'll always have someone who's like got a bastard family member or something, someone who they wanted to avoid from their past and fucks up their shit, burns down their house, and it's just always just so wacky. I mean, come on, the best song from the South Park movie has got to be "Carl's Mom is a bitch, bitch, bitch." So it's just like
biggest bitch in the whole wide world.
You think you are that boy?
Oh man, I will sometimes. Do you guys ever do funny like voiceovers on certain people? I will do that to a few other people. All right, children, don't be shy. I don't say the next part because I don't want to fuck it all up, but it is just so funny. It's like everyone has had a teacher who you're just intimidated by. You're just like, you're smart, but you're so stuck up. I don't want to fucking answer you. I want to wait for the class bell to ring so I can get the fuck out of here, you know?
Like South Park has their topical humor because it's, recent. Bob's Burgers. I love the music they have in Bob's Burgers.
And Bob's
makes me want to makes me want to buy the music CDs or whatever for them. But
they'll have very wacky parades, and I think they benefit because they have just the wackiest customers. And I'm sure that's why a lot of people who have worked retail relate to it. Is like everyone. I'm sure you have too, Tom. Everyone has gotten that customer who asks the impossible, and you're like, well, the customer's always right, but I got my limit. I got my fucking limit. I'll try to deliver this, but it goes against all kinds of protocol, let alone logic. I can't really do anything with that. There's one where, I kid you not, it's a Dog Day Afternoon parody, and Bill Hader's the hostage taker, and he just wants a burger.
Tom, I just had a thought. I've seen some stuff where they've got these characters that, like, there's a Veronica character, and I gave Cameron a link to it once upon a time, and it's like it's like this character's dealing with a customer on the phone.
Frank Yangers,
and he gets or she gets back at the person like to say, hey, you can't talk like this, and goes on. You have to listen to it, but it's hilarious. And I'll have to see if I can find the link so I can give it to you.
So this was this was animated Jerky Boys.
Oh God!
Pass the tape around, and it's so funny. You mentioned Crank Yankers. I'm surprised that wasn't animated, but it kind of was with how they moved. But I didn't really care for when it came back. But I'm just kind of there were just some quotable. There used to be, I kid you not, life imitates art. Just like there were people doing prank calls using voices of the Jerky Boys. I used to see there be a soundboard for Crank Yanker characters, and they had one for Tracy Morgan's characters. Give two guys a BJ.
Now, Crank Yankers I liked for a bit, but they kept reusing the same characters, doing the same bits over and over again. And I kind of got tired of it.
I think that's the other problem. Corolla and Kimmel were kind of too spoiled on their success with the Man Show and their own adventures. It's like they're just having fun with their friends, but like you say, you would kind of watch it just because it's on and it's crazy.
Man Show. Damn.
There's nothing else like it, but at the same time, there were times where like,
you might see a naked puppet show up or something like that.
Yeah, I've seen better rude puppet shows. I'm sorry, but it was okay. But there's times where I'm like, okay, come on. But they could definitely do a Muppet cartoon parody. I think. And are you a Robot Chicken guy, Tom, or is it not for your liking?
Oh, I'm very much a Robot Chicken guy. I'm also a big fan of a show that has some of the same people from Robot Chicken in it called Titan Maximum.
I have that one too. Yeah.
Oh, I think I saw the ad
Titan
for
Maximum.
that.
Basically, imagine Voltron and Power Rangers.
Oh yeah.
In a dysfunctional relationship.
It looks very much like Thunderbirds, kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, it kind of is.
That kind
And
of serialized, but instead of an anime or puppet
yep.
show, it's
And when one of the main people that types back dies in the first episode, so they replace him with a monkey.
Oh my god!
Did
The
you
monkey doesn't
see,
do very much.
Tom? Did you see Crossing Swords?
I have not.
I will make you a DVD. You will like it. It's Peg People, and it's done by the same people that did Robot Chicken and Titan Maximum.
Oh, wonderful! So yeah, that was on Hulu. I somehow never saw that. My sister recommends this cartoon, and it was by the Robot Chicken people. It had Keegan Michael Key as one of the voices. It was Super Mansion.
Okay, yeah, Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, it's just same kind of thing. Just all these toys, but being acting like superheroes. So yeah, like a rude
Twisted,
toy store.
perverse superheroes. Yep.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston was the main guy, Titanium Rex, and yeah, it was, Seth Green was Thomas Wayne.
I own that one.
Zev Wells was Jubot, and Chris Pine was Robo Dino, and Julian Bell was on there. I definitely recall her Lex Lightning. These character names: Ron Perlman, John Bernthal, Donald Faison.
But see, now that's the show that got. I mean, it was only on Crackle. At the time.
Yeah, and she said
Oh,
she
I
said it
forgot
was
about Crackle. Yeah,
it still does new stuff once in a while, but yeah, she was noting how it actually is funnier the more they bleep it. Actually, it kind of just made it more just kind of funny. It wasn't so much that they're cursing so much as it was just showing how just reliant on just being a motor mouth they were. It's just twisted, and they kind of came at the right time. Like you get to the 2010s, it's kind of a blur just because you're catching up on shit from last decade, and then 2020 we're going on digital and embracing streaming more. But yeah, it's just kind of in that small little subsection where it's like if you didn't see it first run on Crackle, you can see some of it on Tubi or Adult Swim.
No, but it would have had a longer run, I would have thought, if it was on Fox or somewhere like that.
I think so, and it wasn't too rude, but it was just rude enough to make everybody happy. Just
I've got an obscure one. I don't know if any of you guys ever heard of My World and Welcome to It.
My World,
no.
Welcome to It.
Okay, I'm showing my age. It was on from 69 to 70, and it was William Wyndham playing James Thurber, and it was live action, but he would draw cartoons, and I think he had a thing that his family was trying to kill him.
I might have seen a sitcom.
It was like a sitcom. It was a sitcom, but it was kind of ahead of its time.
69, man.
Yeah, William Wyndham, Lisa
and it
Garrett.
might have had a little bit of influence on The Simpsons.
I mean, if not that, then the whole Bugs Bunny eraser thing. I'm kidding. That was before.
Yeah, sort of that. Yeah, kind of like that thing. But I'm thinking it was all anime, but it wasn't. It was live action, but then he was a cartoonist.
That's so wild how it was just one season. You would think just the cartoons alone would have.
Yeah,
actually, that would have influenced.
It might have been a little ahead of its
Who Framed
time.
Roger Rabbit.
Yeah, that was later.
Yeah. Or you go way back to Gene Kelly and
they've got YouTube episodes, so.
But yeah, it wasn't a bad little show.
They've got YouTube episodes, so I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's not it's kind of I remember it had a really cool theme song. The music was kind of.
That's the other problem too. The theme songs just aren't funky nowadays. Good show, bad show, so bad it's good show. I just what's really lacking, sadly, is the themes. I'm like, I need a theme. I need something that's just funky and makes me want to work out.
Fucking MacGruber.
How about Mr. Magoo? Hey,
Mr. Magoo. Roadhog.
Wow.
As he's driving over a train,
People also search for My Mother the Car, The Mothers-in-Law, and The Farmer's Daughter.
Mother the Car. Wow.
And I would be remiss if I didn't add in another one from around that same time frame. Wait till your father gets home.
I've heard of that one.
Which one now, Tom?
Wait till your father gets home.
Your father gets home.
Yeah.
Oh, some sexy jazz.
That's the one I was actually thinking of too. That's the one that influenced The Simpsons more than
freaking. Hey, it's got the dad from Happy Days, Tom Bosley. So okay.
Yeah.
Wait, Tom was supposed to be in another show, but locked down. Oh, Dick Van Dyke, I think.
Really?
No, not Dick Van Dyke.
It's so wild. This is a Hanna-Barbera production, and I kid you not, two of the kids look word for word like a more heavier Velma and Daphne. I'm not kidding. Like, look at the cover right now. They got the orange clothed, glasses wearing geek brunette, and then the orange haired gal wearing purple.
Wait till your father gets home.
Wow, man, dude. And
It's
so that's
in my brain. If you watch those sitcoms 6 or 7 times, you remember the theme song for
that
it.
definitely sounds like Archie Bunker, a conservative dad butts heads with his family on social attitudes. Yeah.
And a little bit of Simpsons influence, I think.
Just truth be told, you could take any sitcom network and put it in animated form if the format works that well. Like,
well, the Flintstones started out as being sort of like what is it, Jackie Gleason's show, The Honeymooners kind of thing.
Yeah. Yes.
Isn't there a segment of the Doctor Strange second movie where they go animated too? I'm pretty sure.
Doctor Strange? We're talking
about Doctor Strange.
Oh, the cartoon movies. Okay.
That was good shit. I'd love that movie.
Which one?
The 2007 movie, Doctor Strange.
There were a lot of Avengers cartoons in the 2000s.
Yeah.
Lionsgate.
The Doctor Strange TV movie is worth riffing. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I've seen it.
It's fun
with the riff tracks. Bunch. Yeah.
I had fun, but it was stupid.
Gotta say that the main character in that movie reminds me a lot of the main character from Psychotronic Man.
Psychotronic Man. Say that with a straight face. Psychotronic Man.
I want to go see Psychotronic Man in theaters, Cam.
Okay.
I don't know what he's like. I hope he's Marvel.
I hear he's Psycho.
Marvel fan.
Hey.
No, he's just a guy who can kill people with his mind.
Oh, that's fun.
Oh.
Also, he's more woke DC. Okay.
No, he's not even a superhero. He's a guy who can kill with his mind, and he also happens to be a barber.
Oh, that's fun.
Talking scanners now?
No, we're talking Psychotronic Man.
Okay. Oh, that's right. It was kind of a precursor to scanners, I think.
And you guys are making me think of the more recent riff track that came out, which was Champagne and Bullets. And it's actually on Tubi, and it's right up there with Birdemic and
I've known about it. I've known about it for years as one of the So Bad It's Good movies, but I didn't realize there was 3 fucking different versions all under a different name, and that I'd only heard on all the other podcasts and YouTube shows how the guy is still a working lawyer and passes out free copies of that movie without the irony. I'm like, are you serious?
Well, and it's got William Smith in it, Conan's dad. And
yeah. Conan.
And what's his name? Everyone's favorite Riff Tracks character.
Riff Tracks they could animate. Maybe Doctor Who they could do.
Disembodied?
No.
I see what you did there. They should do a rude cartoon version of Doctor Who. Think about it. Just he snaps his fingers.
In your assy wassy.
He just time travels and snaps his fingers and shit happens. Just
we could do a whole show on how many 60s sitcoms were made into cartoons.
Oh, Wings Hauser. That's who I was trying to think of.
Wings Hauser. Just animate all those B-movie guys in general, and you will have gold. Yeah, I think we're at the end of the tunnel, guys. I think we have pretty much summed up the looniest of the looniest, the craziest, the craziest.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.